Snowmobiling history has many iconic names associated with it. Maybe it's a sled that changed the game, launched a new category, failed miserably but was interesting, or maybe it's a sled that won a ton of races. Polaris's XCR definitely fits into the last of these categories. In its day, it was extremely successful in cross-country, ice racing, and snowcross all over the globe, so it's no wonder the name has been synonymous with flat-out performance. Unfortunately for the XCR, by the time the name was discontinued, it had been applied to a long list of sleds that simply didn't deserve it. By the time it was retired, it had been watered down so far, only a hint of its original glory remained. So when we heard Polaris was reintroducing the XCR, we were both excited and a little nervous. We sincerely hoped it was going to find its way onto a sled that could live up to what the XCR name truly stands for. As with nearly everything they do in the snowmobile industry, Polaris did not disappoint with this one. The new 2017 XCR possesses all the race-ready performance its name would imply. It's interesting to note that the XCR, while aimed entirely at big bump cross-country racing, is actually based on the Pro S, not the Pro X platform. And when you understand why, it makes perfect sense. It's not meant to be a snowcross sled. Polaris themselves even admits the Pro XC chassis isn't very good on a snowcross track. The XCR is meant to be a race-ready cross-country sled that's available to the public and that can still be ridden on the trail. If you think about it, it all fits together like a puzzle. The name XCR literally stands for cross-country racer. While the sled was raced on snowcross tracks in the late 90s and early 2000s, I even raced one myself, it was always meant to be a standout cross-country racer first. To truly be worthy of the XCR name, this new model would need to handle corners as well as it handles bumps, and I can tell you with all confidence, it definitely does. The shocks can be set up soft enough to trail ride all day, or stiff enough to handle the rigors of real cross-country racing. The reason this is important is because, in reality, the majority of these sleds are going to be sold to trail riders. Extra bracing and gusseting can be found all over the vehicle, again aimed at making it capable of handling a real-life race. These types of features don't mean much to a trail rider, but add legitimacy to its race-ready status, even for a guy who just wants it for the cool factor. The XCR is available as a Rush only, and it's only available with an 800 twin under the hood. An all-new, incredibly capable race-inspired braking setup, solid idler wheels, taller bar riser, and hood-mounted brake cooling scoop are all race-inspired bits that a trail rider will definitely benefit from. Riding an XCR is a lot like riding a Pro S Rush if you ride it the way you would ride a Pro S Rush. It only becomes more impressive when you start to push it harder and harder and run it through rougher and rougher terrain. This sled is fully capable of being driven full throttle through 18 to 24-inch whoops. It doesn't buck you off, it doesn't get out of shape, it just soaks up the harshness and powers right on through. I'm definitely not suggesting you try this unless you've got experience with this type of terrain. Pushing the limits of a sled like this one takes a heightened riding ability that can only be learned through trial and error, but knowing the XCR can do it is half the fun for many people, even if they never will. This type of big bump capability is largely thanks to the trickiest set of Walker Evans remote reservoir and piggyback shocks Polaris has ever offered. They're fully adjustable, and when paired with the Pro XC chassis, they make a combination that is unbeatable. The bottom line on the XCR is pretty simple and straightforward. It is a race-ready sled, period. If you wanted to get into cross-country racing, you could buy an XCR, set it up the way you want, and go race it right out of the box. But Polaris knows their customers and knew long ago the majority of XCRs would be sold to trail riders who want the cool setup and trick looks of a racer, but still need it to be trail rideable. The XCR is the best race-ready trail sled we've ever seen. It handles incredible, it's fast, comfortable, and it's got a suspension setup that's extremely versatile. In short, it can do whatever you want it to. Just make sure you're ready to handle it. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more content from SnowTrax TV, click the like button and subscribe to the SnowTrax TV YouTube channel.